Got a chance to sit down with Atlanta's new mayor to talk about what's happened in his first 15 days in office. Haley Mason spoke with the mayor today, and Haley, he's been pretty busy with the pandemic and the winter storm.
Sean, Mayor Andre Dickens has only been in office for a couple weeks, but he made it a priority to sit down with a small group of reporters today to discuss what he's been up to. And some of those focal points he highlighted today was tackling crime, trying to make sure the Buckhead stays in the city, and making sure everyone across Atlanta feels safe. Today marks Andre Dickens' 15th day as mayor of Atlanta. He says his campaign focuses on crime, keeping Buckhead in the city, and addressing housing issues have been the center of his work.
The Buckhead conversation is a big one.
Dickens says he's met with Governor Brian Kemp at his home, the Lieutenant Governor and House Speaker about Buckhead.
Just talking to them about what we're going to do as a city and why I think this Buckhead City bill is bad for the city, bad for the state, bad for APS, bad for bond ratings, bad for bonds in general, bad for schools. It's not a good idea.
The Atlanta mayor also getting candid about learning the politics happening behind some of the meetings he's had at the Capitol, especially during an election year.
This is a local control issue, and none of the people that are producing this bill are from Buckhead. A few conversations later, I find out that they're buddies with the person that sponsored the bill, and they're trying to stay re-election.
He said he'll be back under the Gold Dome in a few weeks to follow up as lawmakers continue to vote. As for crime, he's been visiting each police precinct, working on morale and resources.
Making them feel safer is not just a police officer with a badge and a gun. Well, we're going to hire 250 officers, but we know that that's not the complete solution.
With affordable housing and homelessness, he's continued a series of meetings today.
I'm looking them in the eye saying that as it relates to housing affordability, this is a can't lose, must do goal. 20,000 units was not something that was just thrown out haphazardly. There's going to be some activity real soon with Bowen Home, with Civic Center site.
Dickens says he's also working to identify spaces in the Thomasville community. Walking out, Dickens explained if good things happen, he wants the good news shared, so the city knows he's working for progress across the board. And he left our roundtable and into another meeting with homeless shelter providers, saying he's trying to get some of those barriers reduced, especially in this cold snap, meaning maybe you don't need an ID to be accepted into a homeless shelter. Maybe you don't need a PCR COVID test, but he can help get you a rapid COVID test to be admitted. He also is saying that he wants them to extend the admission hours, perhaps till 10 p.m. from the 6 and 7 o'clock cutoff times, again, especially during the winter months. We'll have more on this story next hour at 6, but for now, reporting live outside Atlanta City Hall, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Haley.